Okay, guys, I'm live. Hi. If you don't know me, welcome. My name is Dr. Regina Jordan Sodiq. This is my YouTube channel. I just left my Big O channel. I haven't been on TikTok. I might stop by TikTok. I haven't been on, but I might stop by. So, hi, guys. Good evening. I'm not going to be on long, but my lab is still in progress, right? So, I give you guys a short preview. Just a moment. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm still getting my lab together. I'm still waiting on supplies, and you're and you're seeing me putting it together. It's in progress. So here's a little sneak preview of how I'm getting things together here. So I'm still working on it. I guess you guys can see that. Still working on getting everything. So I'm still waiting on supplies. And I'm still putting my lab together. Okay. So let me sit down. Okay. So what's currently going on here in Clarksville, Tennessee? I've been trying to update my community wall posts. And if you read my community wall posts, you will see that a few years ago, so I've had issues with my master's degree, and currently I'm having issues with my doctorate degree. So when I was putting in my job applications to USA Jobs, to the government jobs, they always gave me issues or problems about my credentials. So when I applied for a job that my credentials qualified for, they would say I didn't qualify. They would say I didn't qualify. I didn't have the credentials. And if I did have the credentials and if I did do the interview, they would give it to someone else, or they would not do the interview at all. They completely take the job offer off. So when I would submit my application to a position that I thought I qualified for because I had the credentials, they would say no, I did not. And when something only required a bachelor's, they would say you needed a master's, right? When I got my master's, they said no, you still don't qualify. When I got my doctorate, no, you still don't qualify. So what I found, if you look, hi guys. So what I found out, and I've been saying how they've been hacking my computer, hacking my phone, and all kinds of stuff has been going on here in Clarksville, Tennessee that they're covering up. I even been to court. I'm waiting on Nashville court, which they are prolonging. and still taking my money for the mortgage, which is predatory lending because it's almost 3 times the original amount that I was paying. But here's the thing. So I've been saying that they've been hacking my computer, hacking my computer, hacking my computer. So I went and I bought a new computer because during physical altercations against me, my other computer got damaged. So I went and bought a new computer. So this computer I have, and they're saying that having issues with my doctorate, right? From the university that I got. So when I was applying for the ND school, which is for the apothecary program that I want to get into so I can get my credentials for that so I can be an MD. Well, not an MD, but an ND. To be able to have my own apothecary. So this is the laboratory. This is a diagnostic lab right here. But I also want to grow my own herbs. It's the land that I'm trying to get, where I want to have a sustainable way of making a living right on the land that I'm going to be on. So one of the things that I want to do is have my own apothecary, which is I wanted to grow my own herbs, and from that I wanted to have them in my apothecary, and everything, and also everything is supposed to be grown on my land, and I am supposed to use the materials that I grow inside my boutique, inside my apothecary, and inside the store, the grocery store, and everything like that. In other words, have fresh produce, and also have my own lab, my own lab, and healthcare. It's a long story. It's in my mind. It's in my mind, but yeah. So I'm getting my things together, and I put it on the community wall post of what I'm trying to do. So when they were asking me, when I was trying to get into the ND schools, and they were asking me for my credentials, they were asking me for my transcripts. So I sent my transcripts, and then I said, "Oh, okay. Well, we couldn't read your transcripts. Could you resend them?" One person asked me that. I said, "Okay." So when I resent the transcripts, right? Another person called and said, "Oh, okay. Well, the school that I sent, I sent it to multiple schools. Well, I can't read your transcript. Could you resend it?" So I had the person on the line who was saying, "Okay, resend the transcripts." And then while the person was on the line with me, the call went completely silent. And I said, "Okay." My okay is not okay. So I looked to see why that phone call dropped. And why the phone call dropped was there was the police going right down a few houses down from me, having something in his hand, papers or something. And this individual was telling me to resend my transcripts, all my transcripts, all my classes that I've taken, including for my doctorate degree, my PhD. What is interesting as far as those two individuals telling me almost specifically the same thing about rescinding my transcripts, during the time that that police person was here, a few houses down. Now all of a sudden something is going on with my accreditation for my PhD. And that is interesting because my PhD is from a university that's in Spain. Now, if you look on my community wall post, you will see that, lo and behold, I have issues with my PhD. I had issues with my master's. Okay. They don't want me to use it, but they want somebody else to use it. They want somebody else to use what I work for, but they don't want me to have what I work for. So I don't think it's a coincidence that the university that I got my PhD, now all of a sudden they having issues with the accreditation of my school, but my computer, everything, my phone, everything is being hacked. And then there's a family that's similar to the name of the university that I got my PhD. University of Maryland changed its name. I got my associates from University of Maryland. University of Maryland, University College. That's what name it was for my associates. Yeah. Continue to look at my community wall posts. It's quite interesting that my ex-husband changed the name of the business that we were going to have together in Nigeria. And the name that I came up with, and I researched and we agreed to that name. Then all of a sudden it changed to Global something. And that was interesting because that's not the only thing that changed to Global. So here we go. We have University of Maryland, University College with my Associates of Arts. And they want to change their name to Global too. That's where I got my master's. University of Maryland Global Campus, Masters of Science. And that is interesting. Because it was during my master's that those group of people harassed me and put me through all kinds of hell when I was taking that course. And it's also interesting that the mortgage lenders that I pay my mortgage to, Penny Mac, They sent mail to my ex-husband at my home address here in the USA. So I want to know who was telling these people to attack me physically, and what did you get out of it? What did you get out of it? Because my degrees stand. The accreditation stand. But what doesn't hold up is why you guys change your name to Global Campus. What doesn't add up is why the name that I suggested for the business in Nigeria, my ex-husband went global, whatever the company he decided to go with. Global. There's a lot of globals going on. Whose money are y'all taking to finance that? Since y'all are increasing my mortgage. And got the case dismissed in Montgomery County Court without the person even showing up. The only person showed up was the attorney. On screen, on a Zoom. Not physical. Why? Why is that? Maybe he's in Nigeria? Maybe that's the reason he didn't show up? He's not here in the States? I'm just asking. Because there's a lot of globals going on here. And you guys did send mail addressed to my ex-husband, who's never been to the United States, as far as I know. So what's going on? And why are you now having issues with my accreditation for my PhD? I'm gonna have to get off and not be on this live so much. I wasn't gonna be on that long. I am having issues here. I've been having issues here. And that's one of them. So, that is the recent issue that I've came upon. I've updated my community wall posts. As far as if you guys think that y'all gonna say that my PhD is invalid, yet you're gonna try to have a Birch family made up name, just like Dollar Hyde. Top degree gym here in Clarksville. You got a lot of names here in Clarksville that I think is very questionable and how your business is started. Whose money that you took to get it started? Top degree gym, right? Interesting name for a gym. Don't you think so? I do. To that individual, that Caucasian man that was sitting up in court in front of me, talking about how you were forcing and been forcing and using all kinds of force on this woman. Who had issues with authority, who was disrespectful, and all kinds of names that you called her. And she needed to be in jail for 10 days. Hmm? For those who sent the attacks towards me through my son, specifically this Caucasian man that I just mentioned. Yeah, I know what you did. I'm still here. You're not going to fare as well. That being said, you guys have a good night. Bye.